Hey y'all, it's Kira, your favorite trauma-informed money coach from Budget and Hill, and I am back with another paycheck budget video for you guys. And this time I am on time. So today is October the 13th. I got paid October the 11th, which was Saturday, and this is my first paycheck for October. And guess what? It's pretty simple and straight to the point. As a reminder, guys, I use the paycheck budget that I created, and all I do is put the paycheck amount here, right? I put the paycheck amount here, which was $1,803.30. I put the paycheck date and the month, so October 11th, 2025, and then I circle which paycheck it is, because oftentimes people have multiple jobs, right? And I want you to know which paycheck this is so that you'll stay on track. So I circled paycheck number 1 because this is my first paycheck for October. I will be getting 2 paychecks this month, God willing. I get paid twice this month, so circle 1 for this one. So here in the income section, right, it says, count your blessings. Each paycheck is a stepping stone towards your goals. This is where I write school nurse, right? You guys know I'm a school nurse. I'm a trauma-informed money coach and a school nurse, right? So I wrote school nurse here. And then in the budgeted section, remember, guys, we are completing this paycheck budget before we get paid, okay? We are planning what we're going to do with our money before we get paid. So I put 1803.30 because that's what I got paid previously. And then when the actual direct deposit hit, I was correct. 1803.30 for my first paycheck. Now, when we come to the other side, guys, it's to the savings side. Okay, this is you. Well, this is me right now, but the savings side is when you are planning for your future. Okay, that is the savings side. So this has household sinking funds. I'm saving $237.16 for my household sinking funds. The investment sinking fund, $400, and the stress-free sinking fund, which some people call an emergency fund. I'm saving $100 per this pay. Now remember, this paycheck budget is only for one pay period. It's not for the whole month. It's for one pay period. So for this particular pay period, my first pay period of October, I am saving $737.16, okay? Now, FYI, when I say house sinking fund, I'm referring to my household sinking fund. And that is what I did was I calculated the total monthly cost of 5 bills. I'm going to try to name all 5, but it's been a minute. All right. So it is my phone bill. It is PSC&G utilities. It is life insurance, it is car insurance, and it is the internet. So those 5 bills, guys, I pay one time per year. How I was able to do that? When I was on my debt-free journey, I needed a breath of fresh air. I needed a breath of fresh air, and I felt like I was being choked, right? I felt like I was being choked on that journey, and I had to figure out a way to give me room to breathe. So I started with the bill that was the lowest. I multiplied that times 12 for a year, and that gave me $330. $360? I forgot. See, don't be like me. When you put things on automatic, sometimes you forget, okay? But I believe it's $360. Let's do some math, because that's important. Let's do some math. Okay, let's just do some math. So $30 a month, okay, times 12, $360. No. So yeah, $360. So I started with my phone bill, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna pay it every month, but I'm also going to save $30 every month to the side, just so that when that year come up and I save $360, I'm gonna pay it one time a year, so I don't have to pay it every month. So I paid my phone bill. PSC&G, internet, car insurance, and life insurance one time per year. I just do the same. I went down the line with those particular bills, multiplied them all times 12, And that's the number that it takes. So essentially, I said, okay, I save $237.16 every month, right? That 237 is a combination of the phone, car insurance, life insurance, utilities, and internet. That's how much I would pay for each of them every month. But instead of paying for it every month, I save it in a high yield savings account. And then when it's time for them to be paid individually, I just transfer the money. I hope I didn't confuse anybody, but it's a really, really, really cool hack that has created so much breathing room for me. And it's actually like an extra buffer for your emergency fund, because God forbid if something happened, you have an emergency, right? You have an emergency fund, but you also have room to breathe. You have several months, sometimes even a year before you have to even consider touching your emergency fund for those bills in particular. Okay. So now, did I read what it said over there in the savings section? It says, think and plan ahead. Your future self will thank you for the choices you make today. Okay. Then we come over to our recurring bills. This is a light paycheck. This is light bills, light recurring bills, no expenses. So we good on time right now, y'all. All right. So in my recurring bills, all right, typically I pay half my rent. So every paycheck I pay half the rent, which is typically I pay $6.95 every 2 weeks, right? When I get paid. But because I'm stretching this paycheck, I'm paying $6.82 this pay period. Okay. Laundry, $5 because I already had money towards laundry. So I just added $5. Gas, initially I was budgeting $30, but then I said, you know what? I'm going to put $20 in the gas tank because my gas tank is halfway full. So I said, I'm going to put $20 in a gas tank and then take that remaining 10 and add it to my Easy Pass. So Easy Pass has already gotten $10, food, $50, right? And what I do is, you guys might not remember, I have a separate account, which I call a fun account for food. I put the food money over there because in that account, I'm only allowed to use it. Well, not that I'm only allowed, but I'm only able to use it at like ShopRite or Aldi's, like real grocery stores. No eating out or none of that. They do not take it. I already tried. Right. But it's helpful because it keeps me on point. Okay. And then tithes. I paid $50 in tithes. So my total for recurring bills this pay period that I'm going to pay is $817. Okay, $817 for my recurring bills for this pay period. Now, look at this, guys. In the expenses category, remember, we said for the purpose of the paycheck, the difference between expenses and recurring bills, right, is that recurring bills are things that you pay consistently. So think rent, think mortgage, right? Think phone bill, right? Whereas expenses is a one-off. Think Sunday brunch. Think someone's birthday party, right? That's a one-off. So I don't have any expenses for this pay period. Yay! Now, here's the thing though. The end of the month, I'm going to have quite a few expenses, and I've already done the numbers. I don't need to pay it right now because it's not due right now. So I'm going to leave the money where it is, right? I'm going to leave the money where it is until it's time to pay it at the end of the month. So right now I don't have any expenses, but I will have quite a few the end of the month. And I want you guys to stay tuned for that because it gets a little tight, but we're going to make it work. Okay. And I wanted to just say that's the importance of making sure you do your numbers early so that you can know what to plan for. Today is the 13th, October 13th. I'm thinking ahead to October 30th because I know I'm going to have several bills that I have to pay October 30th, right? So that thinking ahead and doing your numbers ahead of time so that you'll know if you need to modify something. That is very important, okay? And then we come down to debt. Oh wait, I didn't read it for you guys. Okay. In the recurring bills section, it says, pay your bills on time. Punctual payments pave the path to peace. Okay. Now, in the debt section, right here in the debt section, it says, clear your debts, clear your mind. Freedom starts with accountability, right? So I have to pay American Express $234.12. I actually paid that Saturday, same day I got paid. It's not due. My American Express bill is not due until November 1st, but you guys know I will split a bill in a minute, right? So I split the bill. I pay half with this paycheck, and then I'll pay the other half with my next paycheck. And I'll still be on time because it's not due until November 1st. But and if there's like a glitch or something like that with my direct deposit, I'll just transfer that money from my savings and then put it back when my direct deposit hits. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys this right here, right? And this is going to be on a side by side so you guys can see what I'm talking about. When it comes to the budget summary, it says, take control of your finances. You got this, okay? Now, I wanted to show you guys, remember when I said it's so important to make sure that you that you start your paycheck budget before your paycheck hits your deposit, before your direct deposit hits, right? The reason why I want you guys to do that is because when you budget out what you think your bills are going to be, that gives you an opportunity to see if you need to make any changes, any modifications, okay? If I would have kept things the way they were, I would have been negative $12.98, okay? And this is how that would have happened. In the recurring bills section, I initially planned to pay the usual $6.95 for my rent, right? You guys know I pay half my rent every pay period. But after doing the math, I said, oh, wait a minute. I can do something else. I can do something else with that little change right there, right? Now, although $6.82 is not far from $6.95, that's a huge difference. That's the difference between a negative and a positive, right? So with my total spending for my paycheck, remember, my paycheck was $1,803.30. I spent $1,788.28, and I have $15.02 left. Now, again, I know I say this all the time, but I really mean it. $15.02 makes me feel better than negative $12.98, right? And guess what? When I was having negative balances, I just kept working at it. Until I got better. I just kept working at it. Okay. So now I'm going to show you guys the back for the cash flow compass so you can see what I do after I finish the paycheck budget. I turn it around. I write down the categories, right? Household sinking fund, investment sinking fund, stress-free sinking fund, rent, laundry, gas, easy pass, food, and tithes. Okay. And then I wrote down the amount next to each one of them so I don't have to turn it back on the other side, right? I wrote down the due dates for those that it applied to. And then I wrote down the dates that I paid these things, okay? Some things such as my household sinking fund, investment sinking fund, and stress-free sinking fund, those are pending withdrawal. Those are on automatic and they will withdraw the 15th. They will automatically withdraw from my account on the 15th, okay? And I wrote that right here in the notes section. Pending withdrawal, pending withdrawal, pending withdrawal. Rent, I paid rent Saturday. Well, half. I paid half my rent Saturday. So it says paid from checking account number 1. Laundry, paid from checking account number 1. Gas, paying from checking account number 1. I have not gotten the gas yet. I will get it tomorrow on my way to work. Right? Easy Pass, paid from checking account number 1. Food, transferred to fund account from checking account number 1. Right? And then tithes, paid via Zelle. And the ones that I actually executed on that have been cleared, I checked off. I checked it off. And it's just that simple, guys. Now, I know that hopefully this is helpful for you guys. And I know that this one was pretty simple. I'm going to show you guys my next paycheck budget at the end of the month so you can see more complexities, right? You'll be able to see more complexities in regards to the expenses. And then I'll show you guys how I really go in and break these bills down so that you're able to still live your life and pay bills and save money at the same time, okay? So I hope this video was helpful to you. I promise I am working on getting these videos to be shorter. If you like this video or if you found value in this video, please like, comment, subscribe, share if you care. I hope you guys have an amazing week ahead, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. All right, y'all. Later.